All right, Christian. So we are going to get going on your solo session. Do you want to go ahead and introduce your character?
Of course. My character's name is Gun Jerome. He is a variant human, a monk. He fights for um, the good of all. In sometimes that leads him into less moral alley. However, if it's he struggles to find a balance between um, himself and how would you his inner demons, which uh, compel him to take out his fury on evil evildoers, the bad guys, you would say. But he tries to be a good man, but sometimes letting that devil out too much, it really puts a toll on his soul.
Yeah, yeah, and he was involved in the war effort, right?
It's correct. He was a medical assistant and a what we would probably call a field doctor. Um, he tried to he helped as many people as he could, but ultimately, and like most or almost all war, he can't save everyone, and that weighs heavy on his heart. He always thinks about the people that he could have saved, and ultimately, what if there was no war? A lot of
Absolutely.
young, a lot of young men, young women died, and that was very emotional.
Definitely is. Okay. And so since the war, uh, Gunn has found his way to a place where he thinks he can do, you know, some good, both in terms of his medical expertise, working by day at the small medical clinic known as the Butcher Shop, uh, kind of jokingly or ironically called the Butcher Shop, and by night, kind of prowling the streets as a vigilante, seeking to right wrongs wherever he can, beating up petty thugs and just ultimately doing what he can to kind of find that balance in himself. Now, since Gunn left his small monastery in the mountains in the Eldine Reaches. And since the war, he's come to be living in Sharn, which is called the City of Towers, the City of Spires. And for most people, when they think of Sharn, this is what they see. This is the viewpoint that they have. But for Gunn and for you, pretty much all you've ever known of Sharn is what's seen on the lower end of the city, down near Lower Tavik's Landing, Lower Derna, kind of what some would call the slums, the shady or seedy spot. And this is where you've been spending most of your time. This is where most of the people that you've been interacting with have been living, and this is also where the butcher shop is located. The butcher shop is a small, like I said, medical clinic ran by Medica Garug, who is a half orc physician. Unlike House Jurasco, which is widely known throughout Sharn and throughout the entire continent of Kovare for their medical talents and specifically the Mark of Healing, which they have on them. The butcher shop doesn't really have those same things going for them. No Mark of Healing, no real magic involved, so Grug tends to rely on more conventional, more traditional means of treating injuries and sickness. He does the best he can, but he runs a very small clinic, very understaffed, and it was for a long time kind of mockingly called the butcher shop by the members of House Jurasco and the healers of House Jurasco, uh, because they would say, you're as likely to get a limb amputated as you are to be treated for a sneeze. And Grug and his staff, kind of taking it in stride, adopted the name, and kind of use it as a way to thumb their noses at those uppity Jurasco healers. Now, because there's really very little magic involved in his methods and his means. Groog's clinic tends to lean towards the poorer side. Being located down in the lower Tavix Landing area, you know, he typically takes in the poor, sometimes the shady. He has a standing policy of don't ask too many questions, and we won't tell the too many lies to the authorities, kind of thing, right? Uh, and so that's where Gunn has found himself working,
Yes.
in the small clinic called the Butcher Shop. And on this day, we find Gunn and Groog tending to the kind of slow, kind of steady stream of patients which have been rolling in. Uh, Throughout most of the day so far, we're getting in kind of. It's still kind of early morning, getting closer to noon. Groog has been grumbling and complaining as he runs back and forth between, this orc who has a toothache right here and this gnome with a broken ankle, trying to just do everything he can, and he's been grumbling all day. Where is Migo? He was supposed to report for work this morning. I can't do everything just by myself. Gun, go and fetch the small tincture out of the cabinet. Yeah, the one with the red label. Okay, just the red label, not the red bottle.
Hmm. Red label. Every, everything seems to be gray here.
Come on,
Because
Gun,
we're
hurry it up, hurry it up.
we're green light, red
In the
label.
cabinet, in the cabinet, Gun. Okay,
Yes.
hold on, Glinda. I'm going to get that tooth taken care of. Open wide. Oh, that's a lot of rot. Gun, I need the forceps. Don't worry, Glinda. It's going to be fine. Did you bring me the bottle?
Yes.
Thank you, thank you. At forceps, Gun. Quickly. Oh, where is Migo? Gun, forceps.
Yes. Of course.
All right. Go and see to Libby over there in the other room. Glinda, now I need you to open really wide. Drink this. There you go. Okay. Now, don't worry. This won't hurt that much. And he digs into her mouth with the forceps and begins yanking, kind of bracing his foot against the bed and pulling. And he's like, "Come on, you!" And rips out one of Glinda's teeth, and she screams in pain. And he says, quick, quick, now the red bottle, now the red bottle. Go get it, Gun, please, please, hurry. Where is Migo?
Yes. Of course. There you go.
And she's screaming, and he takes the red bottle from you and quickly, like, drops it down her throat, and she kind of relaxes and crumples to a heap. And, you know, Gru kind of wipes sweat off of his forehead, and he's like, oh, this is insane. Where is that god's forsaken goblin?
Aren't orcs supposed to have a high pain tolerance?
Yeah, you'd think that, right? But most of the time, in my experience, you get one of their teeth out and they scream like little babies.
I guess everyone has their weakness.
It's true, it's true. Have you heard anything from Migo? And you know Migo. Migo is one of the other medical assistants who works in Gun's shop. He's a goblin, just standard, average, run-of-the-mill goblin, but pretty talented. At least when it comes to the minor tasks that Groog tends to set him with.
Well, he should be here this morning. He said he was going to obviously come to work, but maybe he got caught up on the way.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Oh, okay, Libby, let's take a look at that ankle. Gun, bandages. Just a roll of bandages. Yes,
Yeah.
oh, very good. Well, oh, that's nasty. How did you do this? Oh, you were delivering the newspaper and someone tripped you. Well, that's awfully rotten. And he
Yeah.
takes the bandages from you as you teleport through the wall. Uh, I'm just kidding, it's fine. And he begins to wrap the ankle as the little female gnome kind of just, oh. Ow! Oh! Oh! It will be fine. It will be fine. As he's kind of tending to Libby, you hear the front door open and a little bell kind of clinkle, 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 and it kind of falls off of its little hook and onto the floor. Kind of clink, 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 clink. Uh, Gun, please go see who that is, please.
Of course.
Hello, hello.
Yes. How can I help you?
And standing in front of you is a rather large, very hairy and scarred male shifter. You can tell he's a shifter because of the slightly feral, animalistic kind of features about him, and he says, "Oh, well, I was hoping I could get some tendon. You know, got a few scratches here." And he kind of lifts up one of his arms, and you can see some deep gashes kind of along his side. You can see there's a few other cuts and slashes across his back, and he says, "Oh, nothing too bad. Just had a brick wall fell on me while I was, doing some construction work. Think I could get this patched up there, Doc."
Yeah, of course. Just on your rooms. Let's just follow me. Take you to one of
Yeah.
the chairs.
Oh, yeah, I heard this place was good for folks who didn't have a lot of coin and, uh, you know, didn't ask too many questions.
That's our motto.
Where do you want me there, fella?
Go ahead and right. We're sit down. Sit down right here.
Oh, all right. Okay. All right. And he
All
takes a
right.
seat.
Let me take a look at you. And should I take an investigation check?
No, I would like you to do a medicine check for me.
Medicine check, of course. Roll.
All right. So, you give his injuries a once over, and he said a brick wall fell on him, but the majority of these injuries appear to be from either slashing or stabbing weapons. They're not too deep, definitely not life threatening. Some bandages and some gauze, maybe a little bit of a tincture to help ease the pain should be enough.
All right then. Pretty spiky brick wall you got there. Let me
Uh,
just patch this up for you.
yeah. Some of those bricks over there in the foundation establishments, they tend to have some rough edges.
Well, can't say by experience, but I'll take your word for it.
Okay. And are you gonna go ahead and try and tend to his wounds?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, with that medicine check, you're pretty easily able to kind of patch and bind some of the smaller scrapes. You notice that the deep gash kind of in his side, that one's gonna need some stitches.
Let me get some thread. I'll be right back.
All right, and as you do that, you see Groog kind of running by. He's like, Everything all right there?"
Oh yeah, he's fine. Just need to get a little couple stitches.
"All right, very good."
Bandage.
And he kind of runs off and goes to tend to the other patient.
Here you are. Let me get a look at that.
Go ahead and run another medicine check for me, please. Hip. Oh, very nice. Yeah, you do a fantastic job. I mean, this would impress even the House Jarasco healers with how careful and patient you are with sewing in the sutures. You really knit up the wound very nicely, uh, and you notice that actually most of the bleeding or the profuse bleeding has stopped by the time you're finished. It seems like, yeah, that suture job really closed that wound up good. And he kind of stretches a little bit and rolls his shoulder and, "Oh man, Doc, you did a number there. That feels pretty darn good. Well, thank you."
Yeah, well, in the military, you can't afford to make mistakes.
Oh, you were
Now,
in the
I want.
military, huh?
Ah, yes, it was.
Oh, I bet you've seen some stuff to make folks roll over in their graves.
Best not to get into it now. Now, I'm gonna say that you should try to rest on that. It's gonna take time to heal. And once those stitches, once that stuff heals, and once you come back, so I can take them out, make sure you're okay, and that should be about it.
Oh, no, most definitely. I'll make sure to take plenty of time off. He'll give yeah, the kiddies will like it. You know, they don't get to see me too much, so it'd be a nice excuse to hang out with the family. And you notice he's got, his clothing is pretty rough, definitely not fine. Um, it absolutely does emphasize, some of his more musculature features. You can see that, yeah, there's kind of a little bit of a paulding, leather paulding on his shoulder there, on his right arm, and yeah, he definitely has plenty of hair, plenty of fur, some might call it, and lots of scars. But around his wrist is something that's kind of off from the rest of his ensemble, and you see a little bracelet made of really simple wooden beads, each painted a unique and vibrant color, kind of spanning all the different colors of the known visible light spectrum.
Oh, that from your kids or something?
Oh,
Right.
this, and he kind of holds up his bracelet and he says, "Oh yeah, my littlest one. I've got five. The tiny one. She made this for me. Such a sweet thing. And, I'd wear it everywhere I go. It's kind of a way to keep me thinking about what's important. You know, family, and protecting and providing for those those who are your own."
I pat him on the shoulder and he says, even if they don't necessarily agree with what you do, that's the most.
Absolutely. Do you have kids of your own there, Doc?
Never got around to having kids yet.
Well, never say never. The future is a big mystery, and I found that sometimes they just kind of happen, and sometimes more than one at once.
Well, I'll take that into consideration.
Absolutely. By the way, my name's Bear, and he shakes out a big old meaty paw of a hand.
Gun. Nice to meet you, Bear.
Nice to meet you there, Gun, and, well, what do I owe you for the, patch job?
Ah, don't worry about it. Just get home safely.
Are you sure you're, he whispers, he kind of leans in conspiratorially, and he's like, I don't mind paying. I make good money in the construction business. I can pay.
I don't do medicine for the money. Just get home safely to your kids.
Well, if you insist, I sure do appreciate it. And one good turn, deserves another. So if I ever see you, and you need a hand, just call on old Bear here. He'll be there to help you out.
I'll keep that in mind. Now you better get going before my boss yells at me.
All right, you don't have to tell me twice. I know not to look a gift horse in the mouth. Well, you take care now, Doc. See you later there, fella. And he kind of makes his way on out the door.
Oh, well then.
All right.
I go inside the room to check on him, see what's going on.
Yeah, and you can see the female orc there. She's passed out, sleeping soundly. Groog is just kind of finishing stuffing a wad of gauze down into her gum where he yanked the tooth out, and he's just like, "Oh, did you get that guy taken care of?"
Yeah, he's all patched up. He's gonna get home safely.
And you paid us, right?
Of course. Yeah, and I'm gonna give him 5 gold for my money.
Oh, Gun. Don't tell me you charged him 5. I'm just mixing up my voices here. Don't tell me you charged him 5 gold pieces for the work. That's
Well, it's not.
outrageous. No, no, no,
Oh
no,
no.
no. You if he comes back and he takes 1 gold piece from you and he hands back the other 4, and then he starts kind of rifling around and finds some change and kind of swaps it out. He's like, we don't charge our folks that much. That's not the kind of establishment we're in. I'd really expect you to be more considerate of that, gun. Not everyone we work with has that kind of coin to throw around.
Of course. Well, I couldn't argue with the man. Feel that. Never mind. I'm gonna check on the other house. I'll be back later.
Hmm. Yeah, so as you walk over to check on Libby the gnome, she's kind of rolling her ankle around, testing it out, and she says, "Well, it's not much, but it'll have to do."
Is there anything else I can help you with? Maybe to ease the pain at all?
Well, some of that fine green tincture would be nice. It does help my head feel a little less throbby and helps it feel a little bit more cloudy, if you know what I mean.
I know exactly what you. Give me a minute. Let me go get some.
Okay. I won't tell that you're supporting my addiction if you don't.
We all have. Stone.
Alright, so you go rummage around in some of the shelves and the drawers and you find a bottle of the green tincture. Not a big one, just a little bit, small bottle.
Yep. Take that and give it to the gnome.
Okay. Well, what's the recommended doses there?
I'll let you be the judge.
Ha, very well. I'm gonna have a good time tonight. See you later. And she springs off the bed and kind of lands on her ankle wrong. And she goes, "Oh, oh, ow. Oh, I'm okay. Just a little bit of this." She holds up the bottle and kind of swishes around. Make good as new. Okay then. And she kind of hobbles out the front door.
Well, it's one way to make him happy. I'll go
And
back into the room.
all right. And after a while, this female orc wakes up, has a conversation with Groog, and hands over some coins, and then she, kind of rubbing her jaw, stands up and walks out the door. Oh,
Another fine day's work.
yes, but oh, gods, it would have been so much easier if there'd been 3 of us here. And you notice out the window that the sun is beginning to set and evening is starting to settle in.
Huh. You don't think he got in any trouble, did you?
Well, I'm not sure. And as he kind of starts to say that, you hear the front door slam open. The bell was never put back up, so it kind of knocks into the bell, and you hear it go tingle 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 tingle, tingle as it rattles across the floor, and you hear a small, soft but scratchy voice say, "Please, please help, please." What what is that? And in walk a female goblin, and she's kind of hoisted up and carrying along with her a very beaten, battered, and injured looking goblin who you recognize as Migo.
Oh God, what happened to you?
I I don't know. I found him like this and he didn't come home last night and I'm so worried. And Gru kind of rushes over, grabs Migo and says, "Gun, quick, quick, go get the bottle of green tincture, the bottle of red tincture, and the one with the red label. All of them, quickly. Also, uh, plenty of bandages, gauze. Hurry up, man." And he kind of rushes Migo over to the bed in the back room. "Oh, is he going to be
Here,
okay?"
He'll be fine as long as we're here. Here's the bottles.
Okay, and you kind of hand over the equipment. He sets Migo down on the bed gently, and he kind of Migo's bleeding from his mouth and his nose and his ears. You see his eyes are both blackened and puffy and closed. You could see there's multiple different bruises and cuts all over his body. He looks like he was really roughed up bad.
Before we continue, I'd like to make an insight check on the other woman just to make sure like maybe like I want to see if I can read her.
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead and roll insight. Yeah, you get the distinct impression that she's very concerned for Migo's well-being. She's distraught. You can tell she's been crying. Her lip is kind of quivering as she, really can't take her eyes off of him, even while you guys are rushing around trying to, treat him and take care of him.
I am going to say really quickly, Grow, give me a minute, and then I'm gonna walk over to her, sort of like put my body in front of, sorry, what's the guy's name again? All right,
Migo?
Migo. Yeah, that's right,
Yeah,
Migo.
Migo is
Um,
the goblin and Grug is the half-orc Medica.
of course. Okay, so I'm gonna sort of put my body in front of Migo's and sort of like grab, put my hand on her back, like let's get you out of here. I'll get you a drink. Go, let's go ahead and sit
Oh,
down for a moment.
but
You seem a
should
bit,
I really leave him? He's so helpless and hurt. Gru kind of
uh,
pipes up in your defense. He says, "No, no, he's right. Go with him. I'll take care of everything here with Migo. Don't worry."
come on.
Okay, please care for him. Oh. She kind of runs over here and kind of collapses on this bench and sobs uncontrollably.
You'll be fine. I sort of get like a pitcher of water and pour her a glass.
Oh, thank you. And she kind of slurps it down. My poor
You did the right.
Migo.
You did the right thing taking. We'll get him straight. We'll get him straightened out. Don't you worry.
Oh, thank you. Please take care of him.
I'll do my best. And I'm gonna sort of trot back into the room.
Okay.
How bad is it?
Well, I see mostly bruising, maybe a couple of broken ribs. The right arm is definitely broken. Whoever did this to him roughed him up real good.
Can I make a medicine check? Try to get
Yeah,
my hands on him.
go right ahead. Yeah, and Grug has done a lot of the work so far. Kind of quickly got to work, kind of patching up some of the deeper cuts, and uh, you kind of get your hands in there, taking a look at that arm, and quickly grab some of the materials needed to make a brace for him. You set the arm, kind of, Grug knows that you've got enough experience and enough practice that he feels confident letting you do this. You're able to get the bone kind of set and the arm stabilized, and before too long, Migo is stable, resting, but probably still in a lot of pain and unconscious.
I'm gonna try to speak to Migos. Like, hey, who did this to you? What happened?
Nine paws. Nine paws.
Josh, still there?
Mm-hmm. I, I
Oh,
I spoke in his voice.
I didn't hear that. Could you repeat that? I'm sorry.
Nine paws. Nine paws. He's very hurt, and so he's speaking very softly. It's very hard to make out what he's saying.
I see. Where? Okay. I'm gonna look over to Gru and says, I'm gonna tend to the other. Maybe I can get more.
Fair enough. And he kind of leaves the room and shuts the door. Goes over and starts kind of shuffling things around.
Ma'am, is there anything you can tell me about the incident? Maybe did you see anything? Anyone?
Well, I he didn't come home last night, and I was worried sick, so I started going around looking for him, and I found him near that 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 house that old wrecked airship, the one that they turned into a gambling hall. Do you know which one I'm talking about?
All too well. Okay, thank you. Would you like me to walk you home? I can make sure you get home safely.
That would that would be very nice. Yes, please.
Absolutely.
And by
Guru,
this
I'll
time,
be right back.
the sun has fully set and night has fallen on the city.
Okay. I'm gonna tell Guru that I'm gonna be right back, and before going, I'm gonna go into this little compartment. Um, I'm gonna grab two pairs of like hand bandages,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna walk back out. And says, "All right, let's get you home."
Okay. And so you guys head out into the streets wait, of Lower Tavik's Landing. Sorry, give me a second here. Oh, it's so nice of you to walk me home. Thank you.
Of course.
She just kind of
It's
starts moving through, and Lower Tavik's Landing is a little bit of a rough place. You can see here that as you walk by a gallows, uh, luckily tonight it's unattended. You see some of the guards kind of eyeing you pass, but not really saying anything, just kind of keeping their eye open and focused. You can see more guards up here on this wall as you move over into more of a market area.
mm.
Do you think my poor Migo is going to be okay?
Oh, absolutely. We patched him up really well. Besides, he's at home. I mean, his second home, his work. He'll be fine.
Yes, yes, that's a good point. I just, why would they do something like that to him? He's a good goblin. He doesn't hurt people. He helps people. And she's
A lot of
very
stupid,
very sad.
a lot of stupid people. I'm sure that
You surely don't
the
mean my
guard,
Migo.
either the guards or maybe someone else, get these guys adjusted.
I know he said he was having trouble paying the rent, but you don't think he went to try and gamble for the money, do you?
I'm not sure. I can't say for certain. Wouldn't be able to say. I
Well,
wouldn't. I can't speak for.
I mean, it's true. We do pay a lot, but I'm sure I'm sure Migo earns enough from the clinic.
He does.
Maybe.
He
And as
earns.
she kind of walks you through this area, you end up passing through the apartments. I'm not going to walk you through every single step of here. Ending up at the base of what looks like a very kind of, well, let's say kind of shady apartment complex over in the foundation area. There's definitely, you can tell, very roughshod, very almost destitute apartments. And she says, "Well, this is my building."
I'll make sure Migo gets home safely as well as soon as he's well enough. You
Hmm,
don't have to worry about anything else. I'll take care of it.
thank you, thank you so much. And I'm sorry. And Migo doesn't usually talk about work. He usually just, uh, collapses at the end of the day. What is your name?
Gun.
Well, Gun. Thank you, thank you so much for being so kind. And please take care of Migo and send him home to me.
You can count on me, man.
And with that, she kind of moves on into the doorway of one of the apartments and heads out of sight.
Can I make an acrobatics check to get onto this place?
Which one can you ping? Oh, kind of up here onto this
Yeah,
little rampart kind of thing. Yeah, yeah, totally.
acrobatics.
Acrobatics or athletics, whichever one. You're good at acrobatics. Yeah, it doesn't take you too much effort. You kind of find purchase on several of these, kind of outcroppings of wood and other things, and yeah, you jump right on up there.
I'm gonna put on the hand bandages on my hands and a little bit over my mouth and nose,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna mumble to myself.
Okay. What do you mumble to yourself?
Oh, she can count on me.
Uh, Very noble. Okay. So what are you gonna do now, Gun?
I'm going to be stalking for these for let's see, these people. I'm gonna try to see if I can spot anybody who's rough housing anybody else. Maybe I can seek by association. If not, they could tell me where they were.
Well, this is Lower Tavik's Landing at night, and Lower Tavik's Landing at night, most people who don't want trouble do tend to stay inside. Um, in fact, it was really probably a very good thing that you walked her home, given that it was so late. She very likely would have been accosted had you not. But you lived there for long enough, so you kind of are aware of that. As you are looking kind of from a higher vantage, you do get kind of a general sense for the area, Lower Tavik's Landing. You can see, where you are right now. It's kind of on the edge of Lower Dura, in the foundation apartment buildings. And these are, again, kind of these really roughshod, really destitute, almost very cheap apartments. You can see there's a little sign that you pass by out in front of this one that says Nine Claws Apartments, the Foundation Heights. And then, kind of looking out back, kind of the way you came, you can see, uh, you know,
Oh,
oh, sorry.
uh, can you hear me?
Yes, but we shouldn't be able to.
Okay, I'll mute myself and then I'll ask you. Uh, Wait.
Well, we're doing Chris's solo session right now, so I would just mute. You don't have to deafen, because deafen will mean you can't hear you can't hear anything. But I would definitely mute.
There's a there's a phantom.
Okay. So looking out here, you can kind of see back towards the Black Arch, which you passed, which was kind of near that market area that you were at. That's where the garrison is located, where most of the guards and soldiers. Um,
Can I can I see the gambling place where the airship crashed?
well, no, but you can go ahead and roll a history check for me.
Will do. There it is. Oof.
Okay. So you don't know specifically of the place that she was talking about, but you do remember hearing something about a an old airship, the wreck of an old airship, somewhere near the Dragon Eyes, which is Lower Tavik's Landing's red light district.
I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start heading over there through the rooftop, trying to make myself not super known.
Okay, go ahead and roll a. Are you trying to be stealthy?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and. That's fine. You don't actually have to. Oh, okay, you did it anyway. Yeah, well, hey, you kind of blend into the shadows of the evening. The tall towers of Sharn provide plenty of cover, plenty of darkness to kind of move throughout while you make your way over and bring yourself to Dragon Eyes, the red light district. And Dragon Eyes is mostly known for its brothels, also known for its kind of nightclub scene. And this is a very densely populated area at night in Lower Tavik's Landing.
I see. Maybe I can find someone who knows something. Can I make an investigation check to see if I can find anyone?
Yes, you may.
Well,
Yeah. So, um, now how are you doing this? I'd like to know. You hop down from the rooftops and kind of start just chatting to people, kind of going through.
um, yeah. I don't take off the bandages on my hands, but I take it off my mouth, and I just sort of just try to be as charismatic. I try to blend into the type of crowd that I'm surrounded by.
Yeah, no, definitely. So, as you kind of go through talking to people, kind of like you said, being charismatic, but also being pretty direct in your questioning, you find out that over kind of on the edge of the Dragon Eyes area, that old downed airship was turned into a casino called the Stranded Casino. It was bought out, completely renovated, and uh, pretty swanky place. If some people do suspect that maybe the dealers are, maybe not being so up and on and above board when it comes to offering payouts.
Mhm.
But
Me.
I'm sorry.
I'm just talking. I'm just trying to talk to myself, sort of just say like, what the hell did you get yourself into?
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Is specifically here anything else that you're trying to kind of uncover or understand?
Um, Not exactly. I'm just trying to look for someone to target, trying to make sure, try to see if there's anyone blatantly being like, quote unquote, the bad guy, like a loan shark or a gang, whatever.
Well, I mean, this is again the lower portion of Sharn, and most of the people in this area probably don't look like the type that spend their lives on the up and up.
Hmm.
Lots of shifty, shady characters. Some not so shifty, not so shady. You can see some people wearing, guards uniforms or military uniforms, kind of over here. You see a dude who looks like he's pretty drunk down here. Um, this old man, he looks like he might be a little suspicious. Who walks around with a staff that opulent in the middle of the night in Lower Tavik's Landing? Hmm.
I'd like, I'd like
Hmm.
to talk to all three of them, but I want to start with the drunkard.
Okay, so you approach the drunkard, and he kind of sitting there on the side. He's like, "I didn't have too many. They're wrong. I'm perfectly fine. I'm able to walk myself home just once I got a chance to rest for
I,
just a minute."
I'd like,
And
I'd like to make a medicine check to see if I can, like, do something physical that can make him a little more sober.
do a medicine check for me. You're pretty sure a good slap across the face would help.
No, I'm not gonna. um, I'm just gonna snap at him, just go like in his face, like, hey, did you see anybody get beat up the other day?
Yeah, I saw
Or
lots
today?
of guys get beat up. I almost got beat up. I just had a couple. 4, 7. I don't know. Get out of my face.
How about a goblin? Do you see a goblin guy?
Yeah,
Maybe
there's
I
one
can.
right there. And he kind of points into the group, and you can see there's a goblin here waiting in line to get into this establishment.
All right, I'm gonna try to talk to these guards next.
Okay. They're kind of chatting with themselves. They're like, did you go to the shifting halls last night? You bet I did. Oh, it's so enticing when they shift their skin and the fur grows all around. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, and they kind of high five and yeah, what? Yeah, citizen. What is your business?
Gentlemen, inquiring about an assault that took place earlier today. Do you know anything about it?
Yeah, which one?
Maybe a younger goblin gentleman?
No, I don't know about a goblin getting roughed up today. Did you see a goblin get roughed up today? No. No, I saw a halfling got his teeth kicked in by an orc. That was pretty funny. Yeah. Oh, no, I mean, it was very serious. And, of course, we took the
Boys,
appropriate measure of legal action against him.
gentlemen, come on. We're both military. We're both military. I mean, I was military. I know things can get a little rough sometimes, and I pull out
What'd you
two
do to
gold
your
coins.
face? One of them asked you, kind of looking at the bandages around your nose and mouth.
He just says, nah, just keeping me safe from the cold. But anyway,
It's,
I
it is summer.
oh,
And
I
you,
meant like the sick.
oh, okay. Well, they point out it is the middle of summer.
Oh, germs. Don't like them. But anyway, I'm sure that you know, I pull out two gold coins on my fingers. Something can be arranged for information. Am I right?
Depends on what kind of information you're looking for. And they get real
Just
serious.
just looking at maybe some suspects about who harmed my green friend
Make a
earlier.
persuasion roll for me.
Oh goodness, I have one. I have one in persuasion.
Mm-hmm. That's okay. You could roll well. They kind of look at your two gold coins and kind of snicker. It's like, double that. Yeah, 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 yeah. Double it up. Come on. Yeah.
Very well. And and very like smoothly, I bring out two more coins in between the other two fingers.
Ah, very smooth. Um, yeah, and they kind of look at your little trick, and they kind of snigger to themselves, and they snatch the coins out of your hands. Well, anyone who's gone looking for trouble around these parts, they probably got to look only in one place. And they both look at each other and kind of nod and like whisper down to you. They're like, you know what, Tony Nine Claws?
Coney Nine Claws. I'm not familiar.
Yeah, Tony Nine Claws. He runs lots of little digs around this area. Some of those apartments over there in the foundations. He definitely owns that stranded casino, the old airship. If anyone's getting into trouble, it's probably got something to do with him, but, you didn't hear that from us.
Of course not. Brothers in arms never tell, do they?
We don't know what you mean by that. We're just guards.
Of course. I
So yeah,
sort of walk.
get on out of here now before we lock you up in irons. We got important business to do. Yeah, yeah, important business.
I'm gonna walk. I'm gonna start walking away under my breath and just like, scum.
Okay. What does Gun do now?
Well, I'm just curious. I'm gonna walk over to the spear holding dude. Just
The,
say, hey,
the old man holding the staff.
yeah.
I know he's still in the image, but by this time he was walking away from the establishment. He's actually long gone by now.
Oh, that's fine. I'm gonna head over to the where the information takes me.
Okay. So where is that? Where would you like to go?
Um, towards that alley, right? The in front of the. How would you say? In front of the casino.
You wanna head over by where the stranded casino is?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you kind of move off in the direction most people pointed to, kind of deeper into Lower Tavik's Landing, and it doesn't take you too long before you see the remains of this downed airship which crashed in the city long time ago, and someone took it and must have bought it, probably pretty cheap. Did some renovations and really spruced up the outside. You can see lights coming through the portholes and kind of hear some boisterous music and the sound of kind of raucous voices coming from inside as you approach the stranded casino. And you are.
I like that.
Boom, 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 boom. Right here.
Well, what we have here? Do these two guards say anything to me while I walk in?
Nope, it's pretty much open entrance. You walk up the gangplank and enter on into this kind of large, lavish gambling hall, which seems to have been constructed kind of on the main deck of the ship. You see multiple different gaming tables, and all sorts of folk are kind of congregated around, talking excitedly, some looking really happy, some looking not quite so much. Multiple different serving staff uh, are kind of wandering around carrying drinks, and then you've got the occasional dealers kind of handling table games. Not an overly crowded place, but this time of night in this kind of area, it draws all sorts.
I'm not gonna play at all. I'm just gonna walk in, sort of like go into the crowd, and I want to listen. I want to listen for things, see if I can catch anything.
Yeah, you hear a lot of the same, just kind of mostly people either kind of shouting excitedly or grumbling angrily. Couple times you see people almost come to blows. For example, this human-looking guard and this goblin kind of lean over the table and start kind of angrily shouting at each other before one of the guards kind of moves over and starts talking to them, and they quiet down and kind of sit back down to their game. Excuse me. See a serving woman kind of walk by you. Drink, sir. On the house. You just walk away from her. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, she some people. She kind of continues her rounds. Chris, I lose you? Chris? Chris? Chris, I see you're talking, but I can't hear anything.
Yeah, I can't hear him either.
Oh, there,
there
he's
he goes.
gone. He gone. Well, guess we're taking an impromptu break here. We wait for Chris to come back. Hope everyone's having a good night.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Good. See if we can find out where he is. Jay, this would be a good time for you to ask me whatever you're going to ask me since Chris has dropped off. Or not.
That work?
What?
Hello?
Yep. You back?
Okay. My bit of a family issue for a moment. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no problem. Okay. So yeah, kind of where we last left off, the serving woman had come up to you and kind of ask you, you know, if you could have anything to drink, and then from what I understood, you didn't answer, so she kind of walked off haughtily saying, some people.
Sorry about that. No, I'm just I just refused her politely. If I can rewrite history in a sense.
Okay, that's fine. So she just moved on.
Here. I'm gonna sort of observe this game here. Sort of say, yeah, the gambling's rough tonight, isn't it?
You see the goblin kind of look over at you, like side-eyed, and kind of snarls a little bit, and the guard here, the human guard who he got into an argument with, just kind of looks down at his cards and kind of chuckles. The halfling seems kind of indifferent, maybe a little bit into his drinks.
I'm gonna play with like poker, not like a little coin, a poker coin. Is that what it's called?
A chip? Chips?
A chip, yeah, just like a chip that I found on the table, just like playing, like flipping, not
All,
flipping it.
all
but,
of
like,
the chips on the table are all in front of the different players right now.
Okay, I'm gonna just like tap my fingers on the table a little bit. It's like, hey, you didn't hear anything going on about a shade of greener gentleman getting roughed up a bit earlier today, have you?
And they all kind of look at each other, kind of look back at you and say, "No. Are you gonna play or are you gonna talk? Because I'm here to play." That's coming from this goblin right here. And this human guard says, "Yeah. Put your chips on the table if you want to talk to us."
I have no money. So what can I offer if I have no currency available to me?
And they kind of look at each other and they all collectively, "Hey, he's got no money. He's coming into a casino. Maybe you should go somewhere else, like the poorhouse. Yeah, why don't you go talk to some of the beggars on the streets, you lout? Get out of here."
No, I don't think I will. And I sort of stand up and looking at the guard that said that. I'm here to find out about.
Well, I don't really like the way you're looking at me there, son. You want to cause some trouble? And you can see he's kind of swaying a little bit. His feet aren't really underneath him, and he's kind of got this glassy look in his eyes as he stands up to you, and he's still wearing his uniform. It shows a weapon in the image, but he doesn't have one on them. They confiscate those at the door. One of the reasons the guards didn't trouble you is because you didn't look like you were carrying anything as you walked in.
Okay. And then I'll say, well, I'm happy to oblige your challenge if you want to take this to somewhere more
Gentlemen,
appropriate.
gentlemen, please. No fighting in the establishment. You can, of course, take it outside if you'd like, but please keep the bloodshed in here to the cards. Thank you.
Of course. Why don't you and me step outside for a moment? Huh?
Yes, perfectly fine, perfectly fine. He says, all right. Yeah, you better get ready to get your butt whooped. I'm gonna show you what. He kind of, whoa, as he steps onto the gangplank down here. He kind of wobbles a bit and almost stumbles and falls, catches himself. He's like, oh, gotta beat you 2 ways to Sunday. Just you wait. And he kind of walks down here out of the establishment. All right. What you got? Put up your dukes. Let's see.
I sort of, how would you say? I sort of put up my mask a little more and tighten my bandages on my hands.
Okay.
You're gonna tell me what you know, one way or another.
I'm not gonna tell you nothing, buddy. You gonna, and he kind of swings at you. I'm not even gonna roll an attack roll. He easily misses. He's way too drunk to land a hit.
Oh. Okay. Well, I'm gonna hit him
Okay, make an attack roll.
here.
Actually, don't even make an attack roll. Just roll for damage.
Roll for Would that be for strength?
Make an attack roll. You've got attacks, right? Just click on the button that says attacks.
Oh. Oh, one.
If it rolls an attack roll, that's fine. Just immediately roll for damage. You're gonna hit him. Yeah. So you sock him right in the face, square, kind of on the bridge of the nose, and you feel the cartilage kind of crumple as blood kind of shoots out of his nostrils, and he just goes, slumps to the ground, out cold. The guards kind of just come down and, well, we said handle it outside, and you did that more or less. Here, we'll take care of him. Just why don't you go back inside and have yourself a nice night. And they kind of.
I'm gonna try to get one of the guards before he leaves. Like, hey, before you go, you see anything last night? Green, short little green guy get roughed up, or this morning, or this afternoon?
Uh, who's asking?
I am.
Well, if I did, wouldn't be none of your business now, would it?
It is my business. He was my friend.
We got a problem over here. The other guard kind of appears back here again.
Just asking a simple question.
Sounds like I gave you a simple answer. If you don't like it, we can call more of our buddies out here to talk to you.
Can't handle can't handle an old vet, can you?
Wait, why don't you try us out and we'll see. And he's kind of gives a I'm not very good at it, but a whistle. And you see a couple more guards kind of come out onto the platform. You get the sense like this is a fight you probably aren't gonna win 4-on-1.
Can I use military rank at all in this?
It wouldn't do much good. These are just hired hands. They're people here to keep folks in the establishment from roughing each other up. They don't care what happens outside, just as long as the blood doesn't touch the deck, if you know what I mean. And this one,
I'd like to make an.
What's that?
I'd like to make an intimidation check.
Okay, you can do so at disadvantage. Again, it's 4-on-1. They're not gonna be very intimidated, but you can try.
Nah, I won't take my chances. Say, okay, all right.
This one kind of looks at you. If you'd like to play, you're welcome to go back inside and play. But I suggest you keep your nose where it belongs.
Let me ask you a favor then. Can I borrow a coin?
They kind of laugh and they say, "You have a good night. Don't cause too much trouble." He's gonna ask us to borrow a coin. What? Who does he think we are? Some kind of money lending house, a charity organization? Blah 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 blah. And they kind of wander off and take up positions, kind of inside.
I'm gonna head out and see if I can find a more sneaky route inside, like an alternative route.
Okay, sure. So you well, don't take your character too far away. I won't be able to see him. Kind of head out, and you see that there's really two levels to this ship. There is an upper deck, and then there is the lower deck here. But it's open air, so this whole area that you can see is all open air. It's kind of exposed to the night. I mean, if you're coming in over the side. All the portholes, all the kind of the windows to the lower decks have already been shut up tight, boarded, and no getting in except for on this gangplank.
Could I make a acrobatics and a stealth check to see if I can climb up there stealthily and agile?
Climb up where? Which part? Just ping a part of the ship for me.
Here.
Where?
Can I get up here?
Oh, on the side there?
Yeah.
You kind of wander over to that area. I'm not gonna have you move your token because again you'll go out of sight. You kind of wander over to that area and you do see maybe about 15-20 feet up. There's some really kind of elegant and elaborate fixtures which have been kind of designed into the side of the ship. But again, those are about 15-20 feet above your head, or up from the ground, I'm sorry. And then it's all smooth decking, or all smooth plank wood, kind of leading up to it. You could attempt to climb up there. And yeah, I would have you roll either athletics or acrobatics. And if you want to try and be stealthy, you can. But as soon as you go over the side, you're going into open air. But yeah, if you want to do both, you can.
I'll do acrobatics and stealth, yeah.
Okay. Just so you know, there are steps, here and here inside. So you blend in really well to the shadows, but as you try to find a handhold on the side of the ship, it's all been sealed over really nicely with tar and smoothed out. There's just nothing to grip onto.
All right then. I guess I'll just go out the normal way, like a normal person.
All right, so you go back onto the deck the normal way, like a normal person.
Yeah.
Or do you? You do. All right. Or do you? Why do you keep backing up? Why does your character token keep?
Where am I supposed to be headed? Am I gonna be headed right here? Is that what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That I keep trying to move, and it's like, wait, is that where I'm supposed to go?
If you move up this gangplank, then yes, that will take you back into the casino.
Cool.
Now you're walking on the ledge. There you go. All right, you see a guard here, and he kind of looks at you and kind of smirks as you walk on by.
I'm gonna see what these two are up to.
Hold on, I'm having some technical difficulties of my own. Okay, and so as you walk over here, you see a couple of shifter males just kind of standing around this double door set right here. As you walk by, they kind of eye you and growl a little bit under their breaths, just kind of.
Evening, gentlemen. What's this all about?
None of your business. Yeah. Continue on your way.
Do you know anybody who would have roughed up a goblin this afternoon?
This afternoon we didn't rough up any goblins, did we, Mutt? No, Wolf, we didn't rough up any goblins this afternoon. You should continue on. Go play some games, spend your money, have a good time.
So you are the rougher up boy. Is that what I'm hearing?
If needs be, we'll rough someone up. Yeah, but it's none of your business, so you might as well keep moving, or we're gonna have to escort you out of here.
Okay. And is there, before I do anything else, is there any way I could stalk them and, in a sense, wait for them to leave, and then I can entrap them in an alley or something?
Well, you see, if you move on past, they just kind of take up their positions again.
Nice. But they are the guys that would rough up a particular green man.
I mean, they look like the sort. These are some pretty rough-looking shifters, some shifty-looking shifters, you could say. And for some experience with shifters, that they can be aggressive, they can be territorial. It really depends on what kind they are.
Okay. I'm gonna go up here, see what's going on up in this.
Yeah, you see a couple folks here. One looks like a pretty finely dressed noble, though his clothes are definitely not in style. And a strange-looking creature. It looks like almost like a crow, anthropomorphic kind of crow, and they're talking, and the noble will say something like, "Oh, do you have a pair of aces up your sleeve there?" And the creature looks back to him and perfectly in his voice mimics, "Pair of aces." And to which the noble looks very nervous now, like, "Oh, no, I certainly hope he doesn't. Oh, no." You hear this creature in a different voice say, "Hold 'em or fold 'em." What are you gonna do, Gun?
I'm gonna see if I can do this. I want to wait and see someone, like, I want to see someone get too out of whack, and the roughing up people prepare to rough up.
Okay, so you just kind of want to wait around, kind of see if they have to deal with anybody.
Yeah.
Okay, so you spend some time, you kind of sit by the, watching this game play out, and, as you watch, the guard comes up and kind of just looks over, kind of goes back, talks to his buddy. You see his buddy kind of, oops, his buddy kind of moves on out of sight, kind of down here and off over the way. You can see the serving lady kind of comes up and sneaks by and she says, "Can I offer you anything? A drink, perhaps?" And Noble politely declines, or not the noble, but this gentleman politely declines. And she walks over here, and in the exact same voice she just used to talk to him, this creature, the crow-looking like one, says in her voice, "A drink, perhaps?" Puts more of a statement on it and less of a question. And she hands him one and kind of walks over to you. "Sir, have you changed your mind? Anything to drink?"
No, I'm okay.
Okay. Before too long, you see several guards have kind of moved up here, and they kind of move over and form a little. Stop selecting all of them, please. Kind of form a little wall around him, and one of them reaches over and says, "Well, Eberron, seems like you thought you could get away with it, but we saw you slip that card out of your sleeve." To which the creature looks back and says, card out of your sleeve?" And this one says, "As much of an admission of guilt as if I've ever heard one." And they all kind of surround him, grab him bodily, and start kind of pulling him away.
I'm gonna try to subtly follow, as if like, oh, I'm about to leave anyway.
You see one of them kind of break off and go and talking to these two guys. To which one of them kind of goes to the double doors, opens it up. You hear some. Make a perception roll for me.
As I'm climbing down the stairs, I see if I can. Perception.
20. Yeah. You hear him say, "Looks like the boys caught someone cheating." And he says cheating with a heavy emphasis. "Cheating again. His chips are still on the table, boss." You hear kind of a, from inside, very low, very hard to hear, and this guy kind of just goes back up and takes up his position. This fella moves over here, and these guys bodily toss this creature out onto the street and into the night before going back and resuming their posts.
I'm gonna go over to that guy who got thrown out, see if I can talk to him.
Okay. So you head on out again, and you find him kind of sitting here, just kind of grumbling and like.
What happened there, friend?
"Happened there," he says in your voice, like a perfect mimicry of your voice, and he says, "Cheating," in the same voice as the other fellow, the shifter fellow, said. Seems like he heard it too. And he puts a note in the "cheating," as if kind of mocking, disbelieving.
So that means you weren't you?
"Weren't cheating," he says again in your voice. And he kind of grumbles and squawks a little bit and kind of heads off.
It's getting old. Find out something quick.
Well, what are you thinking there, Gun?
Thinking that this place has nothing to offer me in terms of information.
Okay. And as you kind of walk back up the gangplank, kind of get a good view of the casino again, you see out of that set of double doors. Give me a second. Gotta move some things around here. See these two fellas kind of move off to the side. And out of this room comes a very feline looking creature, flanked by two other shifters. You see this fella kind of come out here right behind him, and these two come back kind of surrounding him, making a little entourage as they all start making their way down and out of the casino.
See.
Are you kind of just standing there on the gangplank?
I'll step out aside just to give them enough room. But I'm gonna try to make an investigation. The guy they protect.
Yeah, and they kind of. You're gonna make an investigation check?
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on a second here. You see them all kind of move down. Go ahead and well, what are you investigating for? What is that?
I want to try to get some maybe features of maybe he was recently in a fight, or just like any markings that would set him out from others, excluding his basic physique.
Well, you can see he's got, like I said, very feline appearance. You can see that he is, he's got, well, here, let me show you what he looks like. You don't really need to do an investigation check for this. Let's see, does this show you? No, it doesn't. There we go. I've been doing that wrong this whole time. Yeah, very finely dressed creature, you know, compared to everyone else around you. He's got multiple rings on his claws, on his clawed hands. You can see these tattoos kind of working their way up his neck. He's got kind of a fierce killer instinct look around his eyes. And all of the people around him are very, you know, also very shifter looking. Kind of show you all of them here. And as they kind of walk up to you here, they say, "Stand aside. Get out of the way."
Of course, didn't mean to impose. And I let them through, but I also want to kind of trail them, but without making it seem too obvious.
Okay, so as they walk by, oops, don't want to get you included in there.
I'm also walking with you.
No, no. Yeah, they kind of walk out, down, off the gangplank, and into the night. So if you're going to trail them, go ahead and make a stealth check for me.
Will do. I've made really good stealth checks. I hope this isn't the one that took me over. Oh, baby. Oh, wow.
Yeah. No, you're very loudly kind of walking behind these folks, and you know, they kind of leave it alone for a little while. They don't really say anything immediately as you're kind of stumbling and bumbling, kind of bumping into trash cans and you know, kind of other things on the way behind them. And yeah, and eventually they take you. Hold on a second here. Oops, no, don't want that guy. Just want these. They take you back into this kind of area here. Give me a second here.
Ah, I'm also over there.
Yeah, you're in too many places at once. Get out of here. Get out of here, gun. Yeah, they kind of walk you along kind of the water's edge here. Lead you along kind of the water's edge here. And you're kind of trailing behind, and they're walking, and eventually this guy stops and with his whole crew kind of turns around and says, "Excuse me, is there something we can do for you?"
Just want a little help is all. My friend came home hurt today. Want to see if I can get a little assistance in finding who did that.
Friend? Eh, yeah, maybe somebody got hurt, but why do you think we can help you?
He was last seen by over your establishment. So I thought I'd
Which
come
one?
the one you just exited.
And, say it was us that hurt your friend. What exactly are you planning to do about it? He says as he
That-
kind of shifts over and lets his group kind of surround him.
Well, that depends if how I take one step forward. How you want to handle the situation?
Oh, he's a tough one, boys. Well, I guess we could entertain him. Spot, Stripe. Yeah, teach him a lesson. And when you're done with him, I don't know, throw him in the water. I don't care. Let's go, boys. He kind of starts to walk away, leaving two of his guys behind to deal with you.
Oh, boys, seems like you're nothing but pawns to this man.
They
I
kind of
know how
just
that feels.
don't say anything. They just kind of look at you, growl to themselves, and let's go ahead and roll initiative.
I'm clicking my token.
Yes, do that first. All right. We are in combat.
I'm gonna die.
This guy's got the first attack. He kind of charges forward at you. Hold on a second here. And pulls out a little short sword. Takes a swipe. Now you're not going to see this attack. But for 9, which I don't think hits you.
Nope,
So
nine
as
did
he
not hit me.
swipes his sword across in a kind of a horizontal slash, you jump back and kind of just narrowly get out of the way. He kind of growls under his breath. Next up here is you.
Oh, perfect. I'm gonna try to gut punch him.
Okay. Sorry, I just realized no one could see the action. A 12, so as you kind of pull your fist back and thrust forward to try and punch him in the gut, he kind of sidesteps a little bit out of the way as his buddy runs up and he's going to make an attack at you. This time with a club. 16. I believe that also doesn't hit you, does it?
Nope.
So as he kind of smashes down in a downward strike with his club, you're able to use the back of your wrist, which is, your hands being bound tight. I don't know if you've ever felt a boxer's hands when they're wrapped up like that, but it's basically like concrete, and you're able to knock aside the club pretty easily.
Ah.
Let's back
Okay.
up to this guy. He's going to stab at you with the short sword. And again, it does not hit. He rolls an 8, so he tries to take, now this time, a straight thrust at you. And kind of similarly, you find the flat of the blade with your other wrist and knock the sword aside. You're up.
What a poor display, boys. I thought it'd be more of a challenge. I'm gonna make a menace. I'm gonna make a menacing attack.
Okay.
Oh, do I have to hit him with a weapon?
Because you picked this as a part of your martial adept feat, I'm gonna say your hands count as weapons, so no.
Yeah. And that's superiority dice.
So first make your attack roll
Oh,
to determine whether or not you hit.
there you are.
Mm-hmm. That definitely does hit. Okay, so go ahead and make roll for damage and roll your superiority die.
See, my superiority dice. Where is that?
It's gonna be your
Hit dice?
no. Allows you to roll a d6.
D6. You got it.
Mm-hmm. So 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your strength or dexterity modifier, your choice. So go ahead and which one are you gonna choose? Strength or dex? Nice roll, by the way.
Dexterity.
Okay, so 8 plus your proficiency bonus, which is 2, plus your dex mod, which is 4, so you get a 14 for the saving throw. Let's see here. Attacks damage roll and the target must succeed. Okay, so you deal 9 bludgeoning damage to this guy. And he would be frightened of you had you not just taken him out. How do you want to take him out?
I'm gonna do like 1-2 on his gut, and then I'm gonna take his head. I'm gonna smash it on my knee and let him go fall on the ground.
Okay, and are you trying to kill or are you just trying to injure right now?
Just trying to injure, knock him out.
Okay, so you easily knock this guy out, and he is out cold. Oh, sorry. Okay. Next up to this guy who, looking at you do that, it's kind of like, oh, and he swings at you this time with his club again. It can't hit you. Another bad attack. That was a 9. So as he swings at you, you just kind of brush the club aside again with the back of your wrist. This time, it was pretty casual. And he's like, oh no, and he tries to start to run away. You get an attack of opportunity.
All right. I'm going to use my quarterstaff this time.
So you've been walking with the quarterstaff the entire time?
Yeah, I have it on my attacks and spellcasting.
Well, you're level 0.
Oh,
And you
never mind.
didn't have it when you entered the. I'm sorry, I didn't realize you had that when you entered the casino. So let's just say you forgot that one
it's
at
fine.
home.
Yeah, of course. Regular attack.
So your fists are pretty effective. Not this time though. So as he turns to try and run away, you take a swipe at him, but he just barely gets out of the way, and he starts moving off. You're up.
I'll let him go. I have, and I sort of kick the guy I knocked unconscious. Other matters to attend to.
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna
you let
see
him
if I
go.
can. I'm gonna try to grab him and take him to the water's edge right here.
Okay.
How can I reach into the water at all?
No, it's about 10 feet down off of the side there. So this is kind of a raised stone area. Um, kind of leads down to uh, part of the beach, and you can see kind of the waves lapping up on the shore, or well, not on the shore, but lapping up against the edge of the stone there.
Okay. Can I take his weapon?
Take his weapon. Yeah, you could take his weapon. He's unconscious, so he's not going to use it.
I'm gonna lay him down on the ground where his head's sort of like on the corner of this.
Okay. So let
I'm
me
gonna wake him up.
take this guy here. Yep, and you kind of slap him a couple of times, and and he's definitely still unconscious. So Normally this guy would be making death saves, but he's just knocked out, cold.
Hmm.
If only there was
How
something you knew to wake him up.
I have medicine.
You even have a medical kit, but yeah, you do have a medical kit.
All right, I'm gonna use my medical kit to wake him up. With like, I'm guessing, like, what's it called? Adrenaline, right?
Yeah, so your medical kit should be in your proficiencies. If it's not, oh no, a healer's kit. I'm sorry. Uh, let's see. Can you roll that? No, you cannot. Okay, well it has 9 uses, so or 10 uses, so you just use one of them. Goes to 9. Um, yeah, and you kind of get some salts, some smelling salts out, and under his nose, and that kind of brings him. My head. What? What do you
And
want?
I'm gonna hold out. I'm gonna put my one hand on his head, and the other I'm gonna use the weapon to hold on to his neck.
Okay, so you got his short sword against his throat.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not playing around. I need to know who are my friends.
Just FYI, it wasn't tonight. It was most likely the
Right,
previous night. Um,
the previous day or this morning.
yeah. I don't know. I don't know who you're talking about. I swear. I got no
Don't lie
idea.
to me. That's sort of like pressing on his neck. Goblin, little guy,
Oh,
was in the casino.
yeah, the goblin. uh, no, not no, don't know. Sorry.
Can I make an insight check?
You can make an insight check. Yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, he's screwing with you. He's definitely you can see in his eyes that even though he's putting on a bold face and trying to play coy, there's fear there, and he's really not sure what you're gonna do.
You know, when I served, I had to do a lot of regrettable things. I'm gonna take from the knife. I'm gonna make like a slow cut on his cheek. Don't make this one another one.
Roll intimidation for me. Well, uh, go ahead and roll it again, actually, because you probably would have advantage on this.
Ha
Okay, there you go. Okay, just put that thing down, will you? God, put someone's eye out. Yeah, yeah, I know your goblin friend. Yeah, he was over gambling at the casino last night. Spent all his money, then made a ruckus. What were we supposed to do? Not teach him a lesson? It's not our
Oh,
fault he's poor and can't pay his way. He loses all his money. That's on him. What are we supposed to do about it?
preferably not injure him to make him half dead. God damn it! And I'm
Let's.
gonna say, were you alone in this?
Oh, no, of course not. Of course not. The boys helped out. The boss's orders and all. We take anyone who's causing too much trouble. We take them outside and, we rough them up. Let them know that kind of business ain't gonna be accepted around the boss's parts.
And where are they? Where'd they go?
Well, I'm sorry, fella. I really can't tell you much about that.
I want to put the knife and sort of like screw drive it into
It's a
his
short
upper
sword, by the way.
arm. Yeah,
Hmm.
it was into. I'm like sort of like I don't know, like twist it into his arm, and I want it.
Ow! He kind of growls and shouts out, and you see one of the guards kind of look over and is everything all right over there?
Um,
He
I'm
starts
gonna
to
put my
and to make a noise.
I'm gonna I'm gonna put my hand on his mouth. He says, just trying to help this guy. He had a pretty big fall.
Oh, well, see to it you take care of him. Have a good night. Guard seems very unconcerned.
Yeah, you as well.
And the guy, you've got your hand over his mouth, he's kind of like,
I'm gonna put it back on his neck. You tell me where they are, or you're not gonna see. Or you're not gonna.
Yeah, so this is how you deal with people who hurt your friends, huh? You just come right after them. Okay, alright, I know. I know what I'm beat. Boss spends his time in his suite. Yeah, over in Middle Tavik's Landing. Up in the townhomes, the apartment townhomes. He's got a pretty nice place up there, but I'll tell you, he's gonna be guarded. There ain't no way you're getting through the rest of the boys. So let me go. You'll never see me again.
I got through you pretty well. I'll take my chance. I'm gonna roll him over to the water.
oh, into the water.
Yeah.
He's like, wait, no, I can't. And go ahead and make a strength check for me. Yeah, you shove him right over, and he kind of splashes in the water. I can't swim, and he's kind of struggling a little bit. He grabs onto one of these boats down here though that's tied up, and is able to kind of keep himself from going under.
I'm gonna look at the blade, drop it into the water,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna head over to where he told me to go.
Yeah, so he mentioned the townhomes in Middle Tavik's Landing. You know that if you were to kind of climb up a few sets of stairs and jump into a lift, that would take you kind of into that region pretty easily. The apartment complexes are just a little ways up, and the lift operator is a little gnome who kind of uses a long L-shaped stick to push the buttons on the lift, and it mechanically whirs and whines, and then an audible ding, and then as the gate opens up, and he says, "Middle Tavik's Landing. Have a nice time." And then he shuts the gate and lets you out. And yeah, you're pretty close to the entrance of the apartment townhomes called Tavik's Luxury Suites.
This is where the rich stay. I'm gonna try to. Sneak. Wow, it's exactly the same.
Well,
I'm up here now.
I only have so many maps, yo.
No, it's fine. I'm just messing with you. I'm gonna sneak up like I did here, and I'm gonna sort of like try to see if I can see him through a window or anything.
I mean, yeah, there are windows, but most of them are shuttered or either have curtains drawn on the lower levels. The Middle Tavik's Landing is kind of similar to Lower Tavik's Landing, if a little bit nicer. Instead of mostly stone, large open areas, it's a lot of walkways and paths which kind of connect these tower buildings. Uh, you can see if you look over one of the walkways, kind of far below the same area that you were just in, that little market area of Lower Tavik's Landing. If you were to fall off of there, that'd be a pretty rough drop.
I'm gonna see if can I make a perception check, see if I can see anything of his or any of the quote unquote the boys.
Yeah, you can make a perception check.
Oof.
Ooh. Nothing of his or the boys. You don't see any real signs of them, but you do see kind of a large entryway to the Tavik's Luxury Suites. Looks like this is a pretty sizable apartment complex, with most of the buildings being located inside of a much larger spire structure. and lights high up overhead do seem to be on.
I'm gonna walk through the entryway. Try to make myself as not opposing at all.
Yeah, a modestly dressed doorman of human lineage kind of greets you, says, "Hello, sir. Uh, Welcome to Tavik's Luxury Suites."
Hey there. Quick question for you, man. Do you know a feline gentleman, looking gentleman?
So, Tony. Uh,
Yeah, yeah, that's his.
oh, I mean, maybe the residential information is highly restricted. I'm not supposed to give out too much, you know, policy.
Oh, of course. I'm one of his friends. I just saw one of his other guys get hurt. I'm a doctor. I helped him out. Want to make sure that he knows that he's okay. If you just let me pass and show me the way, that'd be great.
Really, he wants to know if one of his associates is okay. Well, that's a nice. That's nice. That's nice. Yeah, he's up on the 35th level there. If you like, you could take the lift. Just talk to Jerry.
That'd be great. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Just do me a favor. If things go wrong, just don't tell him I told you where to find him.
My lips are sealed, friend.
All right. So you walk down the hallway and you see that there's a set of doors which lead to lifts, and press the call button. Hear a little or a little like a kind of sound as you hear a voice kind of come over a speaker, really tinny, kind of coming up, and it takes a second. Ding! The audible bell ding happens, and the lift operator kind of slides open the gate for you. One of those mesh deals that's kind of retractable, and you can see this is a very similar looking gnome to the one that operated the lift beforehand, and he also has the long L-shaped stick, and he says, "Which floor?"
36, please.
36. All right, and he kind of reaches up and ding pushes a button with his long stick and shuts the lift gate as the lift begins to rumble, and the mechanics and the magic kind of raise it up. Eventually, after a little bit of time, you hear ding, and he says, "36th floor. Thanks for coming." Kind of lets you
Of
out,
course.
shuts the gate, and pushes a button again, and you see the lift kind of ascend higher up. And as you do, you can kind of see some of what's driving this machine is a portion of mechanical engineering and then also magical kind of influence. That seems like there's a bound air elemental underneath of it, which is just kind of swirling around in this little pocket container that's been assigned to it as it lifts the lift up higher.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Sure thing. Who we still got watching? Let's find out. Still got a decent audience. Hello, decent audience.
Yeah, Ryan got sleepy.
I kind of figured he would. How do you like the story so far, Gert?
I kind of like the contrast between the three, because like Ryan's was like in the forest, mine was like a little more because we bombed that factory or whatever, and then this one's like straight up in the city, like in a casino.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah. I thought that'd be a nice touch, and it's all in the same setting, all on the same continent. So, that's just kind
mhm.
of what this setting is you can find kind of
Yeah,
everything.
yeah, I like that you're giving us a taste of the different types of environment.
Yeah, totally. And I like that I get to do kind of a noir style
Yeah,
session
you're like
for Chris here.
gangsters. Yeah, see,
Yeah, see. Yeah, Tony Nine Claws. Don't mess with
Mhm.
Tony Nine Claws. Oh.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I was excited about this one. It's running a little bit longer than the others, but I think it'll be wrapping up pretty soon.
Yeah, it kind of seemed like you were nearing the end.
Think so. The end of the arc.
Hmm.
Well, of this arc. This minor.
Hey, how many people are gonna be in the campaign?
As of right now, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, potentially 5, potentially 6, depending on if Garrett's friend decides he wants to
Oh
jump
yeah, I
in.
never gave him your number
Ah,
or let him know we might be able to do alternate Saturdays.
that's probably why he never texted me.
Yeah, that explain it.
Well, give him my number, Garrett. Let him know.
Okay, it's too late now.
You could text him, and doesn't mean he has to respond to it.
True, but
Well, tomorrow then.
tomorrow.
Do. Oh, this is very somber music that I put to this one. It works.
Mm-hmm.
Sticking with it. Still recording. I never stopped recording. I don't see any reason
Oh.
to. It's gonna make
Yeah.
it into. If I did stop recording for these breaks, it would just make it into multiple little videos, and I'm like, eh. If I had an editor,
You have to edit.
they could edit this out. Nah, I'm not gonna edit it. I'm just gonna throw it up as is.
All right, I'm back.
Who needs editing? All right.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, you arrive on the 36th floor of the Tavik Luxury Suites. And as you do, you realize this spot seems to lead to really primarily one area. And it's
Oh,
a
it's the
long
boys'
hallway. You see a couple of these guys. They look pretty familiar standing here.
Ahoy, gentlemen.
This one again. The other two louts didn't deal with you. Well, you're not giving the boss any trouble today. Move along. You ain't got no business here.
I'm gonna make an intimidation check. I'm gonna say, look, I already took care of one of your other guys. Don't make me take care of both of you two.
Okay, go ahead and roll your intimidation roll. Okay. They laugh at each other. Well, look at this one. Thinks he's smart. Thinks he can just come in and push the boss around. Well, let's show him a thing or two. And let's go ahead and roll another initiative.
Say I didn't warn you, friends.
Okay. You clicked your token first, right?
Yeah, I did.
Cool. Just want to make sure. Alright, that is not the same guy. But, whatever, it's fine. Okay. Descending. Alright, so it's this guy's turn. And he is gonna move over. He's gonna move over. He's gonna make an attack at you with his club. 21 to hit.
Oh shit. Yep.
So this guy seems like he's a little bit more adept with this weapon as he swings for 3 bludgeoning damage, kind of smashing into your side.
Okay. Okay. Oh goodness. All right.
Okay, it's this guy's turn next, and he's gonna run up. He's gonna attempt to make a stab at you with his short sword. Oh, this time it's a 16. Does that hit you?
Nope. It's a miss.
Nope. Okay, so he stabs with your short sword after you just take the hit from the club. You kind of back off to the side, and he just swings right by. Now it's you.
Okay, I'm gonna try to hit the gentleman that actually got a hit in me.
Okay.
I'm gonna use a disarming attack.
Mm-hmm. So go ahead and make your attack roll.
Damn it!
Natural 1, huh? Rough. So you go to swing, and as you do, you feel that a rib shifts from where he hit you before, and it causes you to kind of double over a little bit, and your attack misses, swinging kind of wildly as your arm kind of drops down to your side. Do you have any other bonus actions or anything you want to try and do?
If I walk away, they'll have 2 attacks of opportunity.
Yes.
So that's a big no-no.
Okay, so we'll go to the next guy. The dude who hit you already is going to take a swing at you with his club. And 16, again, does not hit. This time, you're able to bring your hand up and kind of knock it aside with your wrist. Moving on to the next guy, who's also going to take an attack at you, this time with a short sword. For, 23 to hit. That's this guy this time. And he deals... Okay. Another 3 points of slashing damage to you as he makes a nice slice across your shoulder.
Be smart about it. I'm gonna try to hit this. I'm gonna try to hit the guy with the club again one more time.
Okay, that's this guy. Yeah, go ahead and make your attack roll.
Come on.
Okay, 16 will hit. And I believe... Let me see here. Let me look at something real quick here. Doesn't say... Let's see, so using a maneuver, I think, requires a class resource.
Oh, I wasn't doing a maneuver that time.
Oh, you weren't, you're just going for a straight hit. Okay, cool. So I was just seeing if your maneuver's expended. Doesn't say that they... Oh, yeah, you regain your expended superiority die when you finish a short or long rest. So... Let me just look at something real quick here. Yeah, okay, so... Yeah, you only had the one maneuver you could use anyway, so this time you just hit him. For 6 bludgeoning damage, yeah, you smash into this guy, and as you do so, he kind of... his eyes roll back in his head, and he crumples to the floor. Are you trying to kill or just maim or make unconscious?
Just make unconscious.
Yeah, he falls to the floor, passed out. Okay, it's now this guy's turn, and he's going to take another swing at you. This time with a short sword. But an 8 will not hit as you deftly sidestep out of the way. You're up again.
I'm gonna hit him again.
Hit him again.
Again. Hit me.
10. Ooh, a 10 does not hit. As you take a swing, he kind of thrusts his sword up, and you pull your hand back just before getting it lopped off. It's his turn. He's going to take a stab at you. Nope, 8 does not hit again. These guys are rolling real poor tonight. You're up.
Thank God for that. Okay. Hit him again.
$14, yeah, this time it hits. Go ahead and roll your damage. Okay, that's enough. So as you kind of kick out this time, after having, just sidestepped again, he's not expecting it, and the roundhouse slaps across his face, knocking him unconscious as well.
Okay. All right then.
Oops. Let's do this. Sorry. Okay, so both of these guys are now out. And there's just a door separating you from your target.
Give me 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about that. Continue.
It's alright. Yeah, no, they're out. They're out cold. What are you gonna do?
Okay, so I'm gonna be. I'm just gonna walk past them. And
Okay.
go into there.
All right. So let me do this for you. As you walk into this area, this is kind of what you see.
For vanilla, can I say that I slammed the doors open with my foot?
Sure, absolutely.
And you go, pow!
Mm-hmm. And you bust in, and as you do, you see these guys kind of standing around here, and they're like,
He's like, get them! Get this man! Why can't you fools just beat one simple human?
and at which point this gentleman kind of steps through and says, "Boss, let me handle this guy. You go ahead and get on out of here through the back way. I'll deal with him." And then
Yeah,
the other guy
handle.
says,
Right.
and they kind of run off into another part of the room here. Kind of, oops, they went too far. Through this door. All right. Well, we meet again, Doc. How's it going? And you notice that this is the self-same individual, the large hairy shifter that you had met before in the clinic.
Listen, guy, we don't have to do this. You can go.
Oh, you're right. We don't have to do this. And because you did so nice by me, I figure I'd do nice by you. Let you go ahead and leave on out of here without getting hurt.
You know I can't do that. I gotta get that guy. You beat up my friend.
I don't know anything about that. You could just walk right on out. You know, let bygones be bygones and such. Ain't no reason you gotta perpetuate this cycle of violence. And like I said, I don't want to hurt you. You help me out.
I don't perpetuate. I end things. I'm not willing to hurt you. You're a good man. I'm gonna try to see if I can evade him and try to run after them.
Okay. Go ahead and make an acrobatics. Yeah, make an acrobatics check for me. 20's pretty good. 20's pretty good. So as you're able to kind of slip by him, but as you do, he kind of steps out behind you, and let's go ahead and roll for initiative. Oh, you've already rolled initiative. Sorry, we'll stick with your other initiative roll. That's fine.
Okay.
Okay, so he's up first, and he's gonna take a grab at you. So we're gonna do his strength check versus your opposed strength check, and he rolled a 10.
The strength check, you said?
Mm-hmm. He's trying to grapple you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you're able to beat away his hand as he's just tries to grab you.
Okay. I want to hit him, but I'm gonna make it. I want to do flavor as if I'm not really gonna. I don't want to injure him in any way. I want to use almost like a medicinal attack in the sense of I just want to knock him out as soon as I can.
We'll make your attack roll. Yeah, that hits. Go ahead and roll for damage. Yeah, and you actually, whether you mean to or not, you kind of target that area that you'd sewed up so nicely before and bandaged. And as your fist strikes, you kind of feel the impact. You feel the sutures start to give and rip and tear apart as fresh blood starts to seep out of the wound, and he just in pain. He, okay, Doc, you gone and done it now. And now it's his turn again. He's going to, and you see his face kind of change, and his nose and mouth start to elongate some. His teeth become a lot sharper. More of the fur and hair starts to bristle around his face, up across his arms and on his chest, as he takes on a much more bestial form. Okay.
Oh my god.
Yep, so you did 7. Okay. Alright, but he gains... You see him kind of reinvigorated as he takes a swipe at you. Or takes a grab at you again. This is going to be a opposed strength check. Okay. Go ahead and roll strength. Yeah, again, he's unable to find purchase as you kind of move his hands off from you. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna hit him again.
Okay.
I'll say, sorry, I gotta do this.
Yeah, that actually does not hit this time.
I'm not sorry anymore.
And he's gonna kind of reach down this time, and he's gonna bite at your shoulder. Whoa, he rolled a 21.
Oh no!
And he's gonna kind of just, instead of really biting down for damage, he's gonna kind of latch on you and start trying to drag you this way a little bit more towards the door. He's gonna kind of have his teeth in your shoulder and said, "I said, get out, Doc. I don't want to hurt you." You take 1 point of damage.
Oh, we're at the needle right now. Oh my goodness.
Okay, it's up to you.
I want to sort of like grab his mouth and sort of unclench him from me,
Mm-hmm.
and then I want to try to like smash it shut so he like bites his tongue and stuff.
Okay, go ahead and make a strength check for me. Yeah, you're able to grab his mouth and kind of like, smash it shut. Kind of bites down a little bit on his tongue. You see blood kind of out from the sides of his teeth, or in between his teeth, as he kind of snarls in pain.
Is it my turn then?
No, it's his turn again, and he's gonna take a swipe at you. 16.
Nope.
Does not hit. Now he takes a swipe with this big meaty hand and like just barely misses. You can kind of feel the air as it crosses across your face.
Okay. I'm gonna hit him again.
Okay.
I feel kind of bad doing this.
Yeah, you hit him. Go ahead and roll for damage. So after he swipes at you, you kind of rear back and you give him a good punch to the gut. It kind of doubles him over. You follow it up with an uppercut to the chin, and this uppercut causes him to and kind of throw back directly towards the window that's located here as his body is propelled through the glass.
Can I attempt to save him?
You can go ahead and make an athletics check or acrobatics check for me, either one.
No!
Ooh. And as you lunge for the window, reaching out your hand, you feel as it just barely scrapes your fingertips across the hairs of his chest as he falls out into darkness. looking out through the shattered window, you can see it's a long, long way down to the darkened streets below.
I'm gonna clench my fist and not tear up, but get pretty emotional. His blood is on my hands, just like me, just like the others. It's time to end this.
Okay. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna rush over to the other guys, but in the meantime, can I make a medicine roll, see if I can patch myself up with the bandages on my face?
Go ahead and make a medicine check, yeah. Yeah, go ahead and roll a d4 for me.
D4, you got it.
Okay. Go ahead and heal yourself for 2 hit points. And your medicine kit now has 8 charges remaining.
All right.
This.
I'm gonna rush over to where those other people were. Who's this guy?
Which guy?
This guy.
I don't see who you're talking about.
The guy next to the lamp on the right.
Oh, that's just a servant. Who's kind of like, just like, minding his own business, kind of dusting. Just like, Oh, don't
Stanley
see
and
me.
Spider-Man. Anyway,
Don't see me.
I'm gonna chase after them.
Okay, so you break. Well, go ahead and move yourself over there. This is the room here. The doorway's right here. I mean, you could try to go through the fireplace, but it might be. You go into there instead? Where are you going?
This way, the way they went.
Okay. You started moving towards the other door, and I'm like, I mean, hey, you know, go where you want to go, man. Don't let me ruin you jive. This is what you see.
Knock down the doors with my foot again.
An empty room.
Damn. Where'd he go? I'm gonna start opening these drawers here.
Okay. Yeah, you start opening drawers. You see lots of different, like, fine china. You see some of these cupboards have some really fine clothing in them. Others have what look to be different rings, blades, necklaces.
Can I look for like a secret entrance or exit?
Go ahead and make an investigation roll for me. Pooh. You look around for a secret entrance, and you find none.
Oh wait, I actually have a resource. I'm gonna go out and go over here. You, where'd they go? How'd they leave?
Please, sir, I just clean. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm hoping that you clean real well. Where's the secret exit?
I don't. I honestly, I have no idea.
I'm gonna push him to the wall with my clenched fists. I'm gonna try to intimidate him.
Okay, go ahead and roll intimidation.
God damn.
He's kind of like, I swear, I don't know. I just clean. Please, I just clean.
I'm gonna make an insight check.
Okay. Yeah, you know, you get a real good measure of the man, and seems like he's being genuine. He just cleans.
Where's this door go to?
I don't know.
No, I'm asking.
Yeah, I'm telling you. You can
Oh.
check and find out.
I'm gonna open it then.
Okay. As you open that door, you see a large room with a woman inside who looks like she's carrying some. Well, she was holding a tray of drinks, and she's just kind of like, um, yes, uh, yeah. How can I help
I'm
you?
looking for your boss. Do you know any of a secret entrance or exit?
No. I was just preparing the master's bath, and now he's not here. I heard a ruckus, so I'm just going to stay in here and pretend like I don't know anything.
Damn it. Smart. He doesn't tell anybody anything. I walk back out into the main room. See if I can find any clues and see where he might have gone.
Okay. Where are you searching, and by clues, what are you looking for?
This like coffee table or something over here. Like looking for papers or any like oh, this is this event or a newspaper or whatever.
Yeah, you easily find here what looks to be a copy of something pretty freshly inked, and it is in your handouts. Do you see it?
Yeah, I see it. There you go. He must be going after that thing. I gotta hurry back. I'm gonna go off to this window, sort of acrobat myself out, and head back to the hospital.
You're gonna attempt to climb down the spire?
Yeah.
So the 35th floor is about 35 stories up. It's about 350 feet.
I guess I.
Could just use the door. And you walk by the still unconscious bodies of these two guys and head on out back into the mean streets of Sharn.
Quick question
Mm-hmm.
before I go back to the hospital. Does let me see. Does Groch know my secret?
Grug?
Yeah.
I don't believe so. Unless
Okay.
you've told him. Have you told him about your secret?
I've had close calls, but I assume he doesn't know yet.
Okay. Did you take that paper that you found with you?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna head over back to the hospital.
All right. Well, you see that even though, Grug doesn't live there, he is keeping it open, primarily so that he can tend to Miko, who, upon entering, you see is still resting, still recuperating. Give me 1 second here. What is that? Ba, 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 ba. Okay, nope, not that one. That one. Okay. Did I move the players over there? Yes, I did. Okay, good. Oh, she's not here. Get out of here, you. Okay.
Before I enter, I'm gonna take off my bandages, put them in my pocket.
All right.
I'm gonna head over to Hyro. How's he
Grug.
doing? Groog, sorry.
That's all right.
He's doing as well as could be expected. He will recover. Just needs some time to rest. Did
Is he
you
awake?
Is he awake? No, he's sleeping. Let him rest. He needs it.
Not an option right now. I'm gonna head back over to the bedroom. I'm gonna wake him up.
Uh, uh, what? I hurt. That was so much pain.
Migo, I'm gonna ask you something. Just to be honest with
What? What is it?
you. Are you taking loans?
Um, um, uh,
He kind of sighs reluctantly and
yes. Yes, I did. But
Damn it, Migo.
it was,
Why? You know I could have helped you.
there's the rent. The rent in those shady apartments. They charge too much. Way too much. Can't pay all the rent. Not on this money that we earn here. I'm surprised you say you could help me. I mean, what do you earn?
You know you could have stayed in my place. I always have room for you.
But for the wife, for the children, you can't house all of us. We've got to find our own way. So yeah, I took a loan to try and pay for the rent. And when the interest came due, I tried to see if I could try my luck at the gambling house. Didn't go so well.
Son of a bitch. Had a little encounter with your loan hand.
Oh, you didn't. You didn't go talk to Tony, did you?
Damn right I found. Beat up a couple of us guys.
Oh, damn it, Gun. You shouldn't have done that. I'm fine. I'll be okay. Just gotta go talk to the missus and let her know, we'll figure
Yeah,
it
your
out.
Mrs. Bright. Your Mrs. Bright, you back here half alive. Kidding me? You can't take care of this alone.
Well, just, Gun, we've worked together for a little while now. I mean, just do me a favor. Don't tell her what I did. I'm so ashamed.
I'm gonna sit down, take a droop my head, sort of sigh. We gotta. I gotta help.
Well,
How
you,
much?
you said you beat up a couple of the guys, right? So, I mean, fair's fair. Eye for an eye and all that.
kind of coughs up a little wad of phlegm and blood. He spits it out. You can see he actually had a couple of his teeth knocked out as well as he gives you a big grin with several gaps and he says,
Tooth for a tooth. Who's counting, right?
It's not.
and you see uh, Groog kind of walk in and he says, well, forgive me for eavesdropping, but I was listening. Migo, you know if you were having trouble paying for your rent, you could have just talked to me. I know I don't earn much, and I probably don't pay as much as I should, but there's no excuse for this. To which Migo just, his ears kind of flop down on the sides of his head, and he says,
I know. I'm sorry, Groog.
he says, as for you, Gun, did you really get mixed up with Tony Nineclaws?
You could say he got mixed up with me.
Well, it's no good. It's no good at all.
I'm
I'd
gonna
say
go ahead.
get your stuff, pack your things, get out of the city for a while. Guy like that's got connections. And the last thing you're gonna need now is the heat being brought down on you. And,
You kidding?
God's forbid.
I
Go ahead, say your piece.
can't just leave them behind. I'm not gonna do that again.
And Gru kind of steps up to you and he says, think about what they did to Migo. Think about this place. We do good things here, right, Gun? We help people. right?
Yeah.
Guy like Tony Nine Claws with his connections, they start looking around here, bringing down the law on us. We should not only shut this place down, could make sure we never find work in the city again. Think of all the people we won't be able to help if that happens.
So what happens next? They know I hit him. Maybe they
Right.
don't know who I am. They might come after his wife. Fucks.
Well, I doubt that. Pretty strongly. I don't think they know who Migo is or who his wife is, but if they start asking around about you, that'll lead 'em here. I can throw 'em off the scent, divert 'em for a while. I'll tell 'em I hired you to clean things up, janitorial services and the what like. If they ask any more, I'll say I didn't know anything else about you. Give you some time. Get out of the city. Lay low for a while and avoid this place. Who knows, maybe we'll cross paths again, but for now, I think it's best if you find a life somewhere else where you can do more. And here, before you go, and he kind of goes and he rustles through some of his tinctures. He says, looks like you got beaten up pretty bad there. Let me see what I can do to patch you up, but promise me, you get your stuff, get out of Sharn, see the world, see the continent. What do you say?
Alright.
And he kind of goes about kind of dressing your wounds and bandaging you up. He gives you a couple of the tinctures to drink, which help to numb the pain and kind of speed up the healing process. And says, "You're a good medica, Gun. I think you got a lot of promise in your future, and I think your talents will be well served out there in the wider world. And who knows? If you ever make your way back to Sharn, drop me a line, and you know you'll have a friend here."
Will do. You know how to call me.
He kind of reaches out his hand. What, do you have like a bat signal or something? Anyway, he reaches out his hand to shake.
I shake his hand.
Migo kind of limply from his spot on the bed kind of reaches out his little hand as well. He says,
Thanks for what you did, Gun. You didn't have to, but appreciate it all the same. I'll try and be better.
I sort of clench his little hand.
he
Get better.
gives you the strongest little shake he can, and he just kind of,
Oh, ow. Oh, that was my right arm. I should have done that. Ow.
I'm
and with
over get the little things that I had over to the door. Putting the bell on the counter.
farewell, Gun.
Goodbye.
And that's where we will end tonight's session.